Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a Sunday lunchtime live stream. And I thought today I'd give this a test. I might basically just do this as a one-off. We'll see how it goes, see if we get a few people watching at this earlier time. Very typically, I do my live streams about 7, 8, 9, or 10 p.m. in Moscow. It's currently 11:31 in the morning here, so right about lunchtime. And I thought I'd give it a go, give it a test, see how it is, see if a few people will join. Now, as usual, I didn't do very well at scheduling it a little bit earlier. I'm sorry, that's my usual style. Perhaps why there's not always so many people watching live streams, because I don't have a exact schedule that works out good. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a nice time while we're here chatting, nice and relaxing. It's very chilled out. Normally, my live streams, if you might not have seen one before, welcome. There is quite a lot in a playlist. I don't think a lot of people tend to watch replays of live streams too much versus watching new content on the channel. So, yeah. There's already 4 likes on the live stream, so that's a nice thing. Whoever's clicked like, thank you so much. If anyone wants to post in the comments, you're more than welcome to type anything there. Just let me know either where you're from or that you can hear and see me nice and clearly, and the comments are coming through. It'll be very nice. Perhaps we might see some new people who aren't normally in the late night live streams because of the time difference with other countries around the world. It'll just be interesting. And I'm wondering if anybody notices a different background from my current or usual background. I'm not doing it in my kitchen anymore. Also, I think it's a little bit echoey in here. So just let me know also how it is and the sound. That would be very nice. Excuse me if I look away. I do have 2 screens in front of me, so I do tend to look at 2 different chats and another chat. It's kind of 3 chats or 3 what do you call them? There's 2 screens, but there's 3 boxes open on the screen. So yeah, we have a few people already saying hello. And of course, if you're not aware of how I do live streams, I can put things up on the screen. Undiscovered, hello. Upload more content. Now, I've been a little bit stressed and a little bit busy the last 5 or 6 days. If you do follow me on Telegram, Traveling with Russell channel or Traveling with Russell chat, I have been posting a lot more content there. Basically, we're in the process of moving into a new house or flat. I was corrected today. It's called a flat. I like to call it an apartment. And that's why this background is different than our usual background or my usual background. So I just haven't had time to go out and film something to make more content. We've had to do quite a lot of documents, quite a lot of paperwork, quite a lot of basically creating all of the documents that are necessary to move into this place. So Dracula, hello. Good morning to you as well. Yeah, we've got about 25 minutes left before lunchtime clicks over here in Moscow. Glenn's World, thank you. You liked the video. Thank you. Or liked the live stream. There's now 15 likes. Thank you so much. And if anyone is from Russia, I can't read Russian. So if you're typing in Russian, it's not a problem, but I just can't read it. But greetings from Alyusheta. Anastasia, здравствуйте. So I did do basically Google Translate for yours. Watching from New Zealand. Wow. So yeah, nice time for Australia, New Zealand, Europe. I think it's only bad for America, Canada. So from anybody in Canada right now. So yeah, Dracula's in Canada. So yeah, the time difference was probably a little bit awkward for, I guess, North America, Central America, South America. Sound is good. Thank you. Oh, Vitali, hello. Sorry we missed each other yesterday. I got there. Well, I basically messaged you a little bit after I was already there. But yeah, I was at the parade. It was crazy with the amount of people there, right? So, Sergey, hello. Здравствуйте. Доброе утро to everybody who is in Russia somewhere or maybe everyone else is around the world, of course, right? What do you think about Russian aviation? Now, I've only taken a few flights in Russia, and I've taken trains, a lot of public transport here in Moscow, and trains, buses. Yesterday, I went on some trams. I've been on the monorail. There's lots of different transport options. Russian aviation is like aviation anywhere in the world. If you compare it like with Australia, there is essentially full fare airlines. There's also low cost airlines. And then that really just equates to the service that you get. And perhaps if they're going to serve a meal or not, drinks or not, the distance of your flight will vary. You know, I mean, obviously Russia, you can fly 10 hours and you're still in Russia. So yeah, the flights that I've taken were more than good. Actually, when I flew to Uzbekistan about 2 months ago now, I flew with Uzbekistan Airways there, and that was very good. And then on the way back, I flew with Ut-Air on the way back, which is the Russian airline, and it wasn't as good. But I'm basing that on the service and the interaction with the staff. But you know, I mean, it is what it is, you know. Okay, hello. Honestly, I didn't expect you to start the stream not at evening. How do you like your new computer place? It's good so far. It is a little bit echoing here. Obviously, we just moved in, so there isn't really any furniture in here. There's not enough things to fill it out to have it less echoey. I like the place where I'm set up in here. So it's a different room. So basically now the kitchen is the kitchen. I guess lounge room / bedroom is behind. You can see the glass blocks here. So that's the reflection that I'm looking at in front of me over the back of the screens here. So yeah, I like that I've got a room now. When is your birthday, Russell? It's not till November 3. November 3 is my birthday. 1:35 a.m. in the morning. Early, yes. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it is November 3, yes. 3/11/76. Oh, Jason Bourne in Australia. How's it going? I'm from Perth, by the way. Greetings from Moscow. Nikita. Здравствуйте. Очень приятно. Seen some news. Is it true that there is a mass... is there a mass deportation from California? Are they rounding up people and sending them back or home or wherever they're from? I wouldn't say there's mass deportation of illegal immigrants. They do check people quite often for documents and the correct documents and correct visas. And that's very normal anywhere in the world. You know, I mean, in Australia, they do raids on farms, for instance, or factories and things like that, and do find illegal people in Australia as well. I wouldn't say it's as big a news as you're making it out, but yes, I've seen news about it. But it's probably not. The country's got a lot of population here, so, and there's a lot of points of entry into Russia from other countries. To the museum about aviation, and not only he will take a look. Alexander, yes, I did talk yesterday about going to Monano, or wanting to go to Monano, and now that we've got nice weather and it's not snow and it's not snow everywhere, it's a lot easier to get over there. MG Motorsports, I'm doing very well today. I'm actually a little bit chirpy and a little bit perky. Due to onboard flights, most of the flights were made non-alcoholic. I think some people still bring something in a little flask every now and again, but that's even on flights in Australia too. I have given you $400 to go to Ismailova Market and you keep ignoring me. Give me back my money or do it. Okay, $400. $400 to go to Ismailova Market. Hooly dooly. I know Ismailova Market now. It's better to go now in spring and summertime. Again, it's not a place that's easy to... It's not a problem to go there in winter. It's just not as populated, and there's not as many stalls and markets and stands. But now as the weather's getting better and the sun is coming out, it's an easier place to go to where there'll be more people there. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing more outdoor things coming up very soon. It's Bev in Wales. Love the supermarket videos. Does Russia have bakeries other than in supermarkets? If so, can you do there isn't really bakeries. I know what you mean totally. most of the supermarkets have in-house bakeries, particularly where you might see the Globus videos. They've got a huge bakery, then they've got the counter with all the pastries and cakes. There isn't really small bakeries as such. There is some places where they've got like Uzbek bread or Georgian bread and things like that, but it's not like the bakeries that you're thinking of. There is a ton of cafes here and coffee shops where they sell baked, cakes and pastries and stuff. But most people would buy those sorts of things at supermarkets or markets that have got a bakery inside them. Hello, Russell. Emilio, hello. Hello. Same time as my birthday. Oh, there we go. The Lamim. I always wanted to visit Australia. Such an inspiring place for me and my girlfriend. We'll be going there soon. Nice, Dracula. Yes, it is it's a huge country too, like Russia is. So there's a lot to see. Cars have been checked more often, especially after the incidents. Yes, that's true. I mean, I don't notice. I notice more security visible in the metro and things like that. There is definitely, there's always been security in shopping centers and going in and out through the doors, security in shops and things like that. There's more awareness of the security perhaps in the metro and the public transport and things like that. I mean, yesterday I went to the tram parade in Belarus railway station, or the square outside, and there was a ton of police and security there, but they also had to close off half of the area to, make it easier for people to be publicly there. What's a good Russian dish to eat in the States? Good Russian dish. Salad? Olivia salad? How do you find Russians' living standards compared to Australia? I mean, there's a lot of similarities, Piers. Obviously the weather depicts a lot about your living in a house and having a back garden and doing barbecues or having a swimming pool and things like that. That's, a little bit hard to make a direct comparison with, but, we've got shops, we've got everything we need, we've got, everything. There's probably more things available to me here than there is in Perth, if I compare apples and apples. Family-owned bakery shops, not really. A lot of coffee shops, but a lot of them are franchises. I wouldn't say there's as many, like you're asking about family-owned bake shops. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Greg. Any place to get a good old Aussie hamburger with a lot fish and chips? No. There is at Danilovsky Market or Danilovsky Rynok, somewhere in Moscow, there's a food market, and with a lot of takeaway kind of dine-in little food cafes. There is actually an Australian guy that's got a booth there that makes meat pies, and the steak and cheese one is very good. Using pre-made bakers directly to the shops that just bake it up, and defrosting. Yes. Have you ever been to Turkey? I haven't. No. Been to Turkey. The price of going to Turkey has gone up a lot compared to 2 or 3 years ago. I really want to go there, mostly to have a chance to go to the town where they break the cruise ships. There's a town where they bring the ships for recycling or breaking. Do you often see bears in the streets? We see them all the time. Yeah, they're very common. Especially the further you are out from Moscow, in Moscow region, bears just walking down the street. They're very friendly bears, though. They're just wandering around. Which parts of Russia would you like to see that you haven't seen? I'm fascinated by the oblasts, especially for specific minorities. I wonder how different they are to the rest. Yeah, I want to go further east. I want to go as far as Vladivostok. I want to do that whole, Far East trip. I want to go to a supermarket 5,000 kilometers from my house and prove that it's really the same supermarket. Yeah, that's somewhere I'd love to go up to the far north of Russia to some of the really crazy cold places. There's a lot of bucket list things that I should do while I'm here because it's close and easy to do. Yeah, there are family-owned bakeries. Yeah, right. Mostly outside of Moscow. Only positive. Why do you show positive things? You never show about real problems in Moscow, because I'm not basically, maybe I don't see them. I don't live in an area where they happen. I mean, there's a lot of other YouTubers on YouTube making content in Russia, in Moscow, talking about their experiences, so, I've flown on Aeroflot once. I mean, for me, I don't see a big difference in the airlines. The service and things like that may be the only difference. But, it's like when I was living in Perth and we fly to Bali. So there's 9 flights a day to and from Bali with, I think it's 5 airlines or 4 airlines. And it's a 3-hour, 20-minute flight. I don't think there's a big difference in which plane you sit in, flying 3 hours and 20 minutes. It's one movie on your phone or you're on your tablet and you're there. Boom. And I don't see a big difference for me on a 3-hour flight going to Bali and back. And a lot of it tends to be around the flight schedule time. Humphrey B. Bear. Yes. And in Perth, we got Fat Cat as well. Fat Cat's more known than Humphrey. What's the name of the new area you've moved into? It's still a Prelivka. It's still in the same building. It's still in the same elevator corridor. It's just 4 flights away. Do prices on tractors and harvesters? They compare them. I've not really done anything that's farming related. Then compare them to equivalent in Oz and Europe. That's quite a detailed, specific video to make, and it's really not in my knowledge spectrum. I wouldn't even know where to go look for tractors in Moscow. I'm sure there's somewhere, but which countries on your travel list? I don't have a lot of countries on there. Perhaps somewhere outside of the Caucasus into America. I've been to America where I worked on cruise ships. I've been to South Africa twice. I also went to Swaziland when I was there as well. So I don't really have a lot of countries on my bucket list. There's a luxury cars cemetery. Basically, it's a parking lot for cars that are confiscated by the banks. I think I've seen a video about that, Nikita, where they're showing like all the supercars and they're all like dusty all over the place. There was heating problems in Moscow. Why didn't you say so? We had in our building as well. It was only for a couple of days. A lot of people don't really make big news about news in Russia like it would be in Western news, there's things, it's a huge country, I mean, with a big population, so not every news story makes the news. Yesterday I went to that tram parade in Moscow. I probably was barely on any news, and there was probably 50. I don't know, Vitaly, what you think, but I think there was about 50,000 people there yesterday. Maybe there was less, but and negative these days. I've heard enough anti-Russian stuff. Yes, true. I didn't know you moved. Is it far from where you previously lived? It's about, well, vertically, it's about 20 meters away. Do you remember kids in Moscow? Maybe you're asking everyone else. I would like to see a bit more of the military forces churches near Moscow. I can see it out my window. I know the history, but I don't know how much you can film in there. Yeah, so maybe you're talking about Park Patriot, which is about, well, depending on how quickly you want to drive there, it's about 30 minutes by car from my house. But technically from the window, I can actually see the church. It's very small, but I can see the church spire from my window of that military church. I think that's the one you're talking about. Late to the party. You're here, though, Plastic Russian. I reckon we should do a live stream together where I bring you on and talk about your life in Russia. For everyone that doesn't know, Plastic Russian has a YouTube channel called The Plastic Russian. And he's a Brit who lives in Russia, or somebody from Britain or England or Great Britain who has moved to Russia, and he creates YouTube videos about his life. He's just started on YouTube, so he needs lots of encouragement, and he wants lots of questions about the content he's making in his comments. It's just answered. Never mind. No worries. According to official sources, more than 200,000 people attended the tram. 200,000. I said about 50, more than 50,000. I guess through the whole day. I was there for the last few hours of it, but I guess from earlier on, there was a ton of people lining the streets as the tram sort of drove off. We then got a bus to Monino and to Sokol metro station. And then we actually caught, just for a bit of fun, we went and caught one of the new modern trams to basically round out seeing all the old ones and then the newest one. 100%. Oh, all right. So we're going to do it. We're going to get you on a live stream. We can get you on this live stream now if you can put your phone and stare at yourself. I can bring you on this very live stream. You just have to click a link to jump over to it. I can bring people into the live stream as you're watching it, by the way, if that makes sense. By the way, if anybody wants to help me pay for a leaking sink, dripping, what else we have to do? The towel rail, heated towel rail in the laundry, the bathroom needs replacing. That's not leaking, it needs replacing. It's working. The shower head, we can't figure out how to make it go shower down. It's just going shower like not quite horizontal. What? There's a lot of basically my crazy idea was to be able to buy an apartment through crowdsourcing or fan funding, and anything like, for instance, super chats, donation alerts, Boosty will go towards me buying this apartment. So if anybody does support the channel somehow, basically now it's about this apartment. We moved in on Friday afternoon. We actually got the key for a few hours a couple of days earlier, but then we had to give it back until all the documents and papers and everything was official. So Friday, most of Friday was taken out. I think by about 11 p.m. we'd done the last trip up and down 100 times. And then we basically sat down on the chair and thought, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom, and the toilet didn't work. The toilet was broken. So we had to call the plumber out. Oh, you're in the car though. Maybe it's a little tougher in the car to join a live stream. So if you're not in the car, we can do it. So yeah, that's basically anything that I'm going to do now. I'm going to have it signed with the name of the person that helps my crazy idea. So yeah, let's make something happen. But we've fixed the toilet. Got fixed. We had a plumber come. We didn't have to replace the toilet, thankfully. But all of the things that go in the tank, I don't know what you call. It's called a cistern, I think, in English. The cistern, the tank where the water fills up, and then when you flush it, obviously it runs out, and then you refill it again. But all the components inside that tank had to be replaced because they were broken. Like, how do they break though? How do things in those toilets break? I don't know. Yeah, so donation alerts are set up. It's also a way to support the channel generally. Super chat, super thanks, a lot of supers. And I've basically buy me a coffee now doesn't work. So if anyone's using buy me a coffee, don't use it. They're going to block it for Russian content creators. So unfortunately, anyone that's a Russian content creator is not going to have access to buy me a coffee going forward, which is very strange because my channel is not in Russia set up, and nor is buy me a coffee, nor is everything else. But they still think I'm here. So you can search up markets related to farming equipment and gardening. If you are interested, you can just search it up. Thank you. I will do that, at least. I went to a motorbike dealership, which is a little bit different from me doing other car dealership videos. My hobbies aren't really shopping. They're going to shopping malls and making videos, mostly because I worked in retail all my life. I worked in supermarkets back in Australia. I worked on cruise ships in the shops on board. And then I worked in retail before working on cruise ships. My hobbies aren't really eating. I don't make a big thing about eating. I eat when I need to. That's about it. YouTubing, I think, is probably the biggest hobby that I have, if that's a thing. If that makes sense. That's probably my biggest hobby. Yeah, going to places and seeing things that I've not seen before, like different parts of Moscow or different places. I mean, like yesterday, going to the tram parade, riding on public transport. The floor is made from the German tanks of World War II melted down. That is the information I have. Yeah, I don't know the exacts about what it's made from. That sounds all about correct. But Patriot Park Church, yeah, literally, if I look out the window now in this new place, so if I was in the kitchen live streaming, we would be looking almost out the window, and I can see it off in the distance. Geographically, 30 minutes by car. If I go by bus, I know I can catch 2 buses to get there. It would be about an hour and a half. I've been there with my wife. My wife really liked going there. It's very emotional. It's very moving. It's very tough for a lot of people to visit it because obviously a lot of people have family who were involved in that time in history. It's a tough place to go to because a lot of people knew a lot of people and so forth down the track. So, sat in the car at the moment. Yes. Are you in Russia right now? Absolutely, I am. Yes. What can I show you to prove it? I can show you my Troika card, which is how I got home on the metro last night. Some guy gave me a business card yesterday. It's actually mostly written in English and Russian. I think the bounty bar is still written in English. Well, that's actually, they're not even, these aren't actually, this is funny. So the actual bounty bar is not made in Russia. I think 500 is Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Jump in bus with number M3. That's the convenient way to go to Yakimanka and areas in your areas. Yeah, for me to go to Moscow, I'd walk to the train station, catch the D4 train. Like yesterday, I literally caught it right to Belaruskaya station. And then on the way home, I took the metro red line via Salareva. I'll be there in 25 minutes if we're still live and people are still watching. We'll still do it. I hope I have just joined you, Summer. Have you just did that? You have moved into a new apartment. Why are you in the same area? Yes, Siston. That's what it's called. Yes, we've moved into an apartment in the same building that we are now. Well, we're not exactly owners because my crazy idea hasn't come to fruition. It works out if everybody that's a YouTube subscriber donated to me 43 rubles. I think it's 46, wasn't it? 46 rubles. I would get a certificate from I don't know, who do you get it from? The bank? To say that you own the apartment? So for now, basically it's the siphon or the cistern. Yeah, Skolpiter siphon. I think that's the thing that basically draws the water out. There's the I think it's called, excuse my swear word here, but I think it's called the ballcock, which is that floating ball that goes up and down with the water. But cistern is the name. How is the neighbor culture in Russia? Meals with neighbors. We don't know too many people. I know people mostly from catching the elevator and saying hello, and the kids kids want to say hello. We don't have any kids ourselves. You're using their toilet when things go wrong, yes or no? I would have to if I have to. When we lived in our other place last year, some lady knocked on my door asking, can I share my Wi-Fi signal with her? She was only 2 doors away. This is not in this corridor, in the next elevator corridor. There's 4 elevators in our building. And she said, I live just 2 doors away. Can you perhaps give me your Wi-Fi password? Because I don't have any internet. And of course, absolutely. I mean, I would do anything if someone asked me here. Can give me a lift? Can you carry something? Can you do something? Absolutely would. YouTube didn't tell me when you started the stream, Sam. Why, I wonder. I'm sorry. This notification thing is hit and miss. I don't think they send everybody notifications by default. I think they just send it how they like. And your hobby can be plumbing. Well, I've got an IKEA toolkit. That's another thing I don't have. Fire, I'm going to read your comment in just a second. Sorry, it pops up very quickly in different places. Yeah, I'd like to do little handyman things. Absolutely. I did try to fiddle with the toilet. When the plumber came, he just said, we're just going to replace it. So I did actually watch what he was doing. I could have probably fixed it if I would have known what was wrong with it, literally. But the cost of a plumber here is very cheap. So sometimes it's not, I'm not going to say not get your hands dirty, but it wasn't worth that, what he did for the price we paid. We just paid for the parts. He gives us a receipt from the shop and then his labor cost, which was very cheap. Fire, your YouTube channel is a gem for me. I enjoy watching your videos and live streams. I hope, almost sure, you will get enough funds to buy a nice apartment. Cheers to your family. Great job, Russell. Yes, Fire. So this is the apartment. Well, this is the bedroom. Then there's a lounge room. There's a kitchen. There's a bathroom. There's a wardrobe. There's another wardrobe. There's a corridor. So yeah, so today after this live stream, well, my wife's got clients booked today. She's got a nail salon in our building downstairs. We're going to go to the, there's a hardware rinnock or a hardware market. It's not a yarmulke, but it's, which is not far from where we live here. It's 10-minute walk, 5-minute walk. And we're going to have to buy a new shower head. So basically, Fire. Well, actually, Fire, would you prefer it to be, you can let me know in the comments. I'm going to scroll down so I can read it. I'm not sure if you've got a different name, not Fire. It can either be, well, the shower head I don't think is going to be your donation because the shower head is quite cheap. But I think we're gonna replace the sink tap because when you put the pressure on, it's like a flick mixer, hot and cold. The water just comes out like crazy, and the little screw-off filter thing is completely fine, but it's just going nuts, the water, so it needs replacing. So I think, would you prefer the sink or the shower head? You can have one or the other. Let me know in the comments. Because basically every penny now that we earn, either myself or my wife, is going to go into this apartment, right? Like anything does, right? So we can't do everything. We just need to do the critical things. The heated towel rail is actually the most important thing, but we can't replace. We can replace that, but we need the plumber to come back again. So he knows already. He'll just come back and install it for us. That I can't do because we've got to turn off the water, drain the pressure out of it to change the heated towel rail. So is living, yeah, so thank you. My channel is a gem to you. Thank you, Fire. Yeah. We managed to get enough funds to buy the apartment. Not enough funds, but we made it work. We made it work by some creative means. But now basically the harder work is just fixing up a few things. No one's lived here for, we think, a year or two. We're not sure, a couple of years. The owner said he was living in it previously, but not recently. But we inherited all the bits of furniture that were here. We actually threw out a few things because they were just very old. Actually, quite a few things I left in the the door entryway where you come in and then the letter boxes are before the elevators. And they've all disappeared. So whoever took them. Then in America, if so, what for people Russian think of America? I mean, the thing is, most people haven't been to America and most Americans haven't been to Russia. So it'd be very hard for two people to compare. There's definitely a very different culture in America and a very different vibe. Probably tracking by the IP address and geolocation. Yes, Nikita, but it really wants to. Yeah, but buy me a car. I'm not going to use it for now. I'm going to stick to donation alerts, Boosty, super chats, and then SberBank is also set up as well. So you can go and visit Combat Crew near Leningrad region. Forests and parks and ridiculous off-road vehicles when they used to. In Leningrad, is Leningrad region as in up in St. Petersburg? Combat Crew. That sounds cool. Good morning. Amur, thank you. Hello. Faith, hello. Lucifer, hello. I know Faith has been in live streams before. Thanks for the bit on the church. If you're ever that way, not a special trip. I think I've been there a couple of times, by the way, but I've never filmed anything. I even went to a military convention there, which 100% I would not put on YouTube as a video. Yeah, it's an interesting place to go to. It's even for me, who doesn't have. I guess my wife's grandparents and great-grandparents, because we know we've searched their names. There's a computer system there where you can put their names in, and you can see the military information about them. The P-trap, yeah, that's the bend, isn't it? I think the siphon is the P-trap. Number of subscribers is how many people watch you regularly. Yes, I often see discrepancies between the two. Well, that's true, right? I mean, and then some videos get 1 million views, and I've only got 140,000 subscribers. So there's pluses and minuses. Why have you moved out of the old flat? We were renting that place, and we didn't want to pay rent to a landlord anymore. We decided this last year, by the way, when we were in Australia and coming back to Russia. The goal was to buy an apartment this year. We don't exactly own it. The bank owns some of it. We own some of it. Yeah. Susan, hello, good morning. Yeah, actually, it's now lunchtime, so it's 12:07, so it'd be good afternoon now. Susan, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry. And here I am bubbly. That's why I'm bouncing around, because it's lunchtime. Travel with BG, hello. Bashlek, hello in Moscow. It's better to hire a specialist. Yes. Yeah, the guy that we've got, or we have, he's helped us in the last couple of places as well. And when he came, he actually had a look at the kitchen, the bathroom, even the central heating pipes, and just made sure everything. We need to also the main pipe that comes hot and cold that comes through the apartment service thing in the bathroom. The connections, whereas the water meter needs replacing as well. I didn't live in America. I worked on cruise ships and sailed in and out of America on a weekly basis, every 3 or 4 days, or 5 days, or 7 days. So I was in America a lot, but only for half a day at a time. Is it okay? Comfort of living is important, right? Yes, I like it. Showerhead because it can double as a sink. Yes, well, when we moved in, the toilet didn't work. The plumber said, "Oh, you can pee in the shower." And he said, "Oh, I can't do it," because the shop, he came like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, because we called him earlier, but he still works, right? And then he comes after work because he has other jobs. And then we realized we couldn't get to that local hardware market because it had closed at 8 o'clock. So he came back first thing Saturday to change it. So showerhead it is. Okay, new showerhead. If you're following me on Telegram, if Fire and Pia is the same name, I'm not sure. On Traveling with Russell channel or chat, I'll post a photo of it. Yes, change of plans on the move now. Oh, well, this is the move. If that's what we're talking about, this is the move. This is the new apartment. This is not the Moscow kitchen live streams anymore. Hello from Beijing. Zach, you're in Beijing, China. Ni hao. Valves under the sink. Yeah, that's if we change the shower, the sink mixer. He said it's very easy to do, the plumber. He said, "Oh, you can do that, Russell." He makes it all sound easy, right? Until you don't have the right spanner to tighten something up. Do you like your current apartment when compared to the previous one? This one is a little bit smaller, but the difference is it's our own place now. So that hook, where is it? Oh, how am I trying to point to it? That's where the YouTube plaque is going to go on the wall over here to the left of where I'm sitting, but I think I'm going to hang it back there. That's actually a TV mount, but I'm not going to put a TV there because I don't really need one in this room. Yeah, we love it. We love the view looking out towards the church our local church, and then that church we're talking about, Park Patriots, way off in the distance. But yeah, we got nice bay window in the lounge room. Yes, well, we've purchased it, but it's not paid off because we couldn't basically make a few things happen. So the bank owns some of it. I advise you to learn Russian as you have been living there for a while. Thank you. I am working on it slowly. Slowly. I would love you to do a vlog or visiting a nature reserve. Yeah, I'm going to go to some of the parks coming up in summertime now. I don't have a car, so everywhere I'm going is public transport. Get me on in 5 minutes. Okay, maybe I'm slow behind the live stream. I'll send you the link. Just give me the yes in the comments, and I'll send you the link that you can click, and then you can come and jump in. Do you like your current apartment when compared to the previous one? Cost matters aside. That's tough, because obviously if we could have spent a few million more, it was about 3 million more, we could have got a bigger place with another room, extra room. But we've lived in this size apartment for quite a lot of years. This would be now the third time in this building we've been in this size of apartment. But this one actually has the separate bedroom from the lounge room, from the kitchen and so forth. So the minute we walked in, we loved it. We probably shouldn't have shown so much excitement to the real estate agent, though, when we first saw it. No dishwasher. We don't have a dishwasher, Amura. We want one, but we don't have one. That's going to have to be another thing that we're going to have to save up for. Maybe that's what I'll do. Every live stream will be like a fan funding for something in this apartment. Yes, I don't have one. We don't have a dishwasher. That's what we had in the other place. Actually, although that was quite old, that dishwasher, it worked. But we don't have a dishwasher here. We have the sink with the water spraying everywhere. And my wife threatened me that I do the dishes from time to time. I will do more now because I like this kitchen a lot more than the old kitchen. But I need to fix that tap. Weekend Russell, yes. What can you recommend for someone coming to Russia for the first time to live permanently? Come first on a holiday and get used to a little bit of it, depending on what city you're going to come to. I think it would be very tough to get off the plane and not leave and come permanently the first time, unless you're very, very, very comfortable with just moving to and from different places around the world. And it's not a problem to do that. Because of course it's very seasonal. So you'll come in one season, then you're going to have an extreme other season. I would say come for a holiday of some form. Come and stay with friends or family. Get as many contacts as you can while you're here that can help you with things. When you need help, like when I need a plumber, right? I mean, if my wife and I didn't know anybody, how do we know who to call? My wife magically has a list of names of people and even her clients in a salon. One of her clients called her husband to come and help me build the little cupboard in my wife's salon. We bought a IKEA-style cupboard, the flat pack. And the lady was getting her nails done, and she called her husband to come and help me build it. Things like that. It's easy for foreigners to get a job in Russia. I would say it is and it isn't. If you're maybe going to do school teaching and English, things like that, yes. I mean, maybe IT. I think a lot will depend on the company's requirements for maybe if you do or don't speak Russian. Japan. Konnichiwa. Shogun Crypto. Hello from Japan. Wow. From India and Japan, we had China. Wow. So you have a loan left to pay. We have we do have a loan left to pay, yes. Is there that many people, though, that don't have a loan left to pay? Big fan from India. Thank you, Akash. You to find showerhead with a mist option. Ooh. Yeah, like the one that you can... My wife wants the rain shower. The big square or round one, like the rain one. But then we're going to have to change that, the pole that then basically comes further out. At the moment, it's basically the stretchy pipe. And then it goes onto a little, like a clip. And we were going to just unscrew that and get a different screw-on attachment. But then she wants the rain shower thing. So we're going to see today which one is more easier to do instantly. Oh, thank you. So previous donation from Fire and SberBank one. Use it for repairs, please. Thank you so much. Let me just for apartment repairs. Thank you, Dios. Thank you. Right, we absolutely will. Thank you. Holy dooly. Thank you so much. If you are in Telegram, Traveling with Russell chat, actually Vitali, who's one of the administrators here, you'll see the little cog. He's also in the chat as well. I will post photos today of what we're going to do quickly today. Quickly. We're going to write a very big list, by the way. But obviously, some things are going to be at the very bottom of the list, and some things are going to be immediate things to fix. The other thing we need to do is put curtains in the windows. Basically blackout curtains, you know, the ones that you can pull, so it's because it gets bright here in the morning. There's now basically net curtains up, which we took down and washed, and we've put one lot up. We didn't put the second lot up. I want to visit Russia. Gonna have to figure it out. Have you tried street food in Aprelivka? I've had at the train station. I'm sure you know it. It's on the corner where on the corner where is Melodia and then the train station and the bus stops. I've had many times the shawarma there. I think that's what you're talking about. There is also a little shashlik place just there as well where you can get takeaway shashlik. So yes, Plastic Russian. Yes, is that a yes as in yes? Let me copy this. Let's see if this works. Now this is going to just be a right here. Now, if you can figure out getting that to work, I'll see you in the stream in a second. I have a dishwasher, but have never used it. Yeah, we had it. We never had one when we were in this size of apartment twice before. We had it in this last apartment because it was quite a lot bigger place and quite a lot fancier. And we liked it. We didn't use it every day. We used it when we had basically a bunch of dishes to do. So yeah, we kind of want another one now. We could rent electric scooters. Yes, it's now scooter season as of about 5 days ago. I saw that. I've never used one once in Russia in all the years. Notice the new house. Make sure to get everything installed. Yes, we just need to do some of the basic things just to get comfort. You know, the fridge work. There was a fridge already here. It works. The washing machine works. That was the two we needed critically. And then we realized the toilet didn't work. That's now fixed. But now we just need to get the shower head working in the right direction, and then the sink tap. Actually, the heated towel rail is probably more important because it's got that. We've switched it off now, so it's not heated anymore until we replace it because this dripping could get worse. Daylight saving has ended in South Australia. Now only 6. And today, the gather round, I didn't really watch any of it. I can see you, Plastic Russian. I'll pull you up in a second if you can hear me. If you've got a thumbs up or down. If you can hear me and see me. Evening from Perth. Oh, I'm from Baldivis. We were living in Rockingham, actually, when my wife was in Australia. St. Peter's and Moscow, my favorite, yes. A tad small, but only the size it fits to. Yeah, we don't need a big one. We don't need a big one. I advise you to learn Russian. Thank you. Mr. Jamo, hello. Daniel, do I remember you? There's a lot of Daniels to remember. Russian women are the best. Dishwashers are about $4.50 in IKEA. We don't have IKEA anymore, so we're going to have to go to NVIDIA. Daniel, long time to see. Do you watch Russian videos? Not really. Greetings from the Netherlands. What's your favorite movie or TV show? I watch The Office a lot, mostly on Facebook, on YouTube. And Meet the Fockers. Oh, you'll see in my Telegram then, later on today. Is it expensive to own a car? I don't own a car. How do you get from Aprelivka to Moscow? By train, yes. D4 train is the easiest. Or I catch the bus from Aprelivka to Salarevo, and then I catch the metro from Salarevo. All right, let's bring in Plastic Russian. Are you ready? Hopefully this works. Oh, really?
Hello, mate. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yes, Plastic Russian is here. Let me just see which one is the better screen. This one. Oh, that's obviously your back garden with the helicopter right there, yes?
Yes, I've just had a heliport installed. I didn't tell you.
Yeah, so everybody, this is Plastic Russian. He's a Brit living in Russia. Just maybe briefly, say a couple of words about yourself to everybody in the live stream.
Okay. So yeah, as Russell says, I've come from the UK. Met my wife, fell in love. Came to Russia, fell in love again. The plan with my channel is to show another side than the mainstream media shows. So really all I'm going to be doing is showing what I actually see on a daily basis. My experiences, good, bad and different, and just my personal opinions on what we see and what we experience. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. And now, I notice now, so one of the things you're going to cover on your channel a little bit is building and living in Russia. And I've just noticed now you've got a helicopter now. Is that your front garden or back garden? What did you do?
No, this is content in one of my videos, actually. It's
future video.
No, one I've already done. It's a memorial park along the main road near Anapa.
Okay.
And it's military aircraft, tanks, etc. So it's on my channel. There's a video showing each piece of hardware that's here.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at the aeroplane right there. I was thinking this is your back garden and you've done some remodeling.
I'd have a big back garden to get that in.
Yeah. So why now? Someone's just asked in the comments. Piers has said the site looks in. Oh, sorry, Piers. There's a few people asking. Why Plastic Russian? Is there a hidden message in this name?
It's a local thing from where I come from in the UK. We used to call people that were wannabes. So if they were a wannabe plumber, we call them a plastic plumber. If they were a wannabe gypsy, we would call them a plastic gypsy. If they were a wannabe carpenter, we call them a plastic carpenter. So I'm a wannabe Russian.
There we go. So what percentage would you say that you're Russian already?
Heart is definitely Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But the rest of me is struggling. I'm old, so I don't learn stuff quickly like the youngsters. The language is super challenging. But I find a lot of people here speak English. And everybody has the patience to go through Google Translate. So I can get around and come and go pretty much as I please.
Okay, we've got another question here. What town does Plastic Russian live in? Or I guess what city?
So I'm about 15 minutes outside of a city called Anapa, or a town called Anapa, which is on the Black Sea coast, about 100 kilometers from Crimea.
Oh, okay. So not Ayanapa.
No.
Anapa.
Anapa. Yeah. Anapa.
Someone says you got a unique name. Your channel is actually called The Plastic Russian. Someone's calling Plastic Russian. It's The Plastic Russian.
That's correct. Yeah.
Not C4 Russian.
No, The Plastic Russian.
And you're like connecting with locals.
Yeah, I mean, I live in a small village. Obviously the shops, they start to get to know me because I go in and out. Local hardware shop we go into, they're absolutely lovely. They're so nice to me. I go in there and they literally drop everything they're doing to come and help me. Can't be helpful enough. It's a real culture shock to come to Russia, especially from the UK. Coming from the UK, where we're very angry and uptight, it seems, all the time. And you come here and it is a culture shock. Everybody, like I say, is friendly and helpful.
I was going to say, somebody else has just commented here. We used the plastic expression in the army in Australia, plastic soldiers. I don't know. Maybe that's just an Aussie thing.
I'm not planning on being a soldier.
No, but maybe that was just the ones that weren't the true soldiers in the Australian army were called the plastic soldiers.
Yeah.
Travel with BG says, nice to hear that British accent, the original one.
Wow. Yeah, well, born in Devon, and I've lost my Devon accent, so I don't talk like a local anymore.
Oh, there you go. So Piers has said, Piers wants to know, am I of English ancestry? That's the question to me, sorry. Yeah, my parents and grandparents are British. My mum's parents are actually Polish, by the way. But we live in Perth, Australia. If anyone has another question for Plastic Russian, check out the scenery, by the way. This aeroplane's, it's pretty cool to walk around these.
Yeah, it's my dream aeroplane. I saw this in the 90s at Farnborough being displayed by a Russian pilot. And the pilot was introduced as having 2 more takeoffs than he'd had landings. Obviously, he'd had 2 ejections. And when I saw this plane being flown, it blew my mind, and still to this day it blows my mind. The power of this plane and its aerobatic capabilities are absolutely astonishing, even by today's standards. And this is a 50-year-old plane.
Now, one thing that I find interesting in Russian memorials like this and open-air museums is you can kind of get up close to them. You'll find sometimes the kids climbing on them. If this was Australia and probably in the UK, they'd have barricades. You wouldn't be able to get close to them. And then look at the difference here.
As you can see, the kids are climbing all over it. Yeah, not a problem at all here. Different world in Russia.
There we go. Oh, Dylan. Okay, so anybody else has a question? They used to be called American soldiers during the. Okay, all right. We won't read that one out. Wonderful royal accent you have.
Wow. Me or you?
I guess that's you probably more than me. I have a very corrected British accent because I find it easier to talk to people if I have a more corrected speech. Okay, so
like me, Russell, I hate hearing myself.
No. Okay, so question for you here from somebody in a Russian name. What things maybe irritate you in Russia? Irritate.
Oh, wow. I've got to be honest.
Not too many things. Didn't you say crosswalks? Crosswalks?
They don't irritate me. I actually like it. I think it's a good thing. You know, lots of pedestrian crossings. Once you're aware of it, you know, the first week that I was here, it caught me out because people just walk straight off the path, straight onto the pedestrian crossing. Don't stop. But it's a different culture out here. It appears that people respect pedestrians. In the UK, they don't.
Now, another further follow-up question, and however you answer it. What would you like to warn those who want to visit Russia? That's a bit of a tough question, but...
Yeah.
You live in a beautiful sunny place with blue skies, you're near the ocean, and I live in a landlocked part of Moscow, which is totally different places.
Yeah, I wouldn't warn, but I would recommend people just do a little bit of research, because what they know about Russia is pretty certain to be wrong. You know, I found that. I came here thinking it was the stereotypical snow, bears, gangsters, vodka. Yeah, there is vodka. But it is not what we're told it is in the West. Not by any stretch. It's completely different. Technology is far more advanced than we're told. And it's just a complete... It blows your mind. You know, the first week you're here will really be quite disorientating. So I would say just do a bit of homework, do a bit of research.
And then, what is your Russian? Oh, I guess Russian subscriber. What's your channel subscriber goals? Did you set any goals for yourself?
My channel subscriber goals are purely to show Russia and Russian people in a true and reflective light, not a manipulated, contrived and forced narrative that is produced in the West. And I'm very passionate about it because I've been brought up for 50 plus years to believe that Russia was snow, bears, gangsters, backwards country, horse and cart. And it really was a shock to me to come here. I didn't want to come to this country. I came here because I love my wife and I thought it was the right thing to do. And it's blown my mind. It really has. And it's made me a bit angry, I suppose, that we're lied to and deceived so much in the West about Russia. So all I want to do, I don't want to be propaganda, I don't want to be saying this is wrong and that's wrong, but I just want to show people and let them make their own mind up.
Okay, we're going to get a couple more questions, and then
Sure.
then your phone won't overheat. Do you have ticks in the UK? Ticks.
Ticks.
Do you call them ticks or mosquitoes, or what do you call them?
So I'm assuming you don't mean ticks as in visual facial ticks, but
no, like bugs or mosquitoes or.
Yeah, we have some mosquitoes, but they're more prevalent over here because of the climate. I will say that pretty much every single insect in Russia is different. We've got praying mantis in our back garden. Now that's something I've only ever seen on the National Geographic channel. So, for me that was oh my God, I've got a video of me holding one. So, yeah, every single insect out here is different.
One more question here. Can you speak any other languages?
I've travelled across Europe with a race team, and we went to various places, and pretty much all we learned was how to order beer. So Italy, France, Germany, Austria. Yeah, so no, the simple answer is I can speak 4 languages, and they're all English.
So by the way, your channel subscriber count is 175. So
Wow.
I think a couple of people have perhaps subscribed since we brought you on.
Thank you.
So let's see if we can get a couple more here or there. Should we do one more question? Where are we here? Was there any culture shocks when you moved to Russia?
Yes, all of it. Simple, all of it. In a good way.
Adjustment problems, it says, with a question mark afterwards.
I came for 3 weeks initially. The first week was a complete. I just didn't. I was so disorientated. I didn't know where I was. I just didn't understand what my eyes were telling me, because it wasn't what I'd been programmed to believe for 50 odd years of living in the UK. So that was a real struggle. The second week was just pure curiosity. I wanted to look at everything, see everything, talk to anybody, just desperate for information. And the third week, I did not want to go back to the UK.
No, wow.
So, yeah, the culture, everything's different, and I can't. It's easier for me to say what's worse here in Russia than what's better, because the list is too long.
Interesting. Thank you so much for joining us for a short jump in on the live stream. What we can do going forward. Okay. Oh, right. I guess you've kind of answered this. Actually, one question here again. Do you prefer UK or Russia?
Wow.
I get this a lot myself, this same question, and it's very difficult to answer with a quick answer, right? Because there are so many variables.
No, it is very, very difficult to answer that question. I mean, obviously, I prefer the UK. I hate being here in Russia. It's a terrible place. Yeah, right. No, Russia. Sorry, Russia in every way. The food's better. The healthcare is insanely better. Russians, you need to listen to this. The healthcare here in Russia exceeds anything in the UK. The climate, I mean, obviously Russia's a big place, but where I am, the weather is amazing. It's like equivalent to Gran Canaria or Tenerife. Everything is better. So to say I prefer the UK over here, sorry, here's better.
All right, so I'm going to give you one last question. This is last question now, but it's actually an extended question from Piers. Piers Christian, maybe he's from Denmark or Norway somewhere. 6 things, and now you're going to have to give short answers, I guess.
Okay,
6 things keeping you in Russia out of the UK.
6 things that are keeping me here.
Out
food,
of the UK.
Health, climate.
3.
Standard of living, choice, value.
Is that 6? I've run out of fingers.
Yeah, well, I got the 5 and said one more, so I'm hoping that's 6.
So if you want the reasons to go back to the UK, there's no Maltesers any longer. Kit Kat's disappeared.
I miss Marmite.
Marmite. Have you tried Perikrostok? I don't think they have it there. Maybe Azbuka Kuza if you have one there.
No.
Azbuka Kuza.
Okay.
It's the fancy supermarket. Maybe they have it there or not. I don't know, but unless you can find it on Ozon. Ozon.
Ozon, I've looked at Ozon.
Some people are now listing all the other ones. You didn't even say women in your top 6, but you have wife, so
Yeah, but she doesn't keep me here in Russia. My wife is amazing. Such an amazing person. Has got an absolute wonderful soul, and I do just want to say I owe everything to her. I owe my life to her. I would probably have died of stress if I'd stayed in the UK with work. So yeah, she doesn't keep me here. She said to me a long time ago she'd live in a tent with me if that's what it came to. So she doesn't keep me here, but we enjoy our life here.
Wow. Thank you so much, by the way.
My pleasure.
Alan says he loves Vegemite. Have you had Vegemite before, by the way?
No, but apparently it's the same sort of thing.
Quite similar. Yeah,
I'll try it.
Yeah, British and Australians will argue, right, about this, that it's not, but it is incredibly similar in what it does and how you use it. So
good enough.
Now, what's the weather there? You're going to give us a weather update before you go?
Oh, well, I don't know. Hang on. Bit of leg.
Got your shorts on. Now
shorts on and a t-shirt. It's about 23 degrees today. I've got the cover off the swimming pool, heating the pool up, so I should be going in the swimming pool when I get home.
Okay, so if anyone wants to watch one of your last videos on your channel, second last, you did a little bit of a tour of your back garden.
Yeah.
So if you want to see go to the Plastic Russian is the channel. And he's going to, over time, you're going to do a little bit more answering questions, videos to camera like this, where you're going to answer specific things. So everybody can join you there.
Yeah, this is what I prefer. I prefer bouncing off of people, instant reaction, instant questions. So lives for me definitely are more preferable.
Right.
I'm okay to talk about a topic, but talking about something off the top of my head, I struggle with. So
amazing. You've got 178 subscribers.
Wonderful. So I've gained 8 since I've been talking to you. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. That's amazing. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We don't have any. Most of the questions were all very general that people answered here. So I hope you have a good day, whatever you're doing walking. And I'm going to see you on. Now, actually, the Plastic Russian, I don't know if you realize you have a Telegram channel as well.
Yes, I do now.
Called the Plastic Russian. And I'm going to open it on my other screen here. And I don't think anybody has joined, have they? There's only 2 subscribers on your channel, the Plastic Russian channel.
And they're both me.
There is only 2 people in the chat, which is you and I. So if anybody wants to join, so on there, of course, you can just post however you like, post photos, post anything. And the chat is where people can comment and chat back and forward if they chat with each other or you. So yeah, thanks everybody. And hopefully it's called the Plastic Russian channel. And I'm going to put a link, but you put the Plastic Russian in the Telegram search to find it. Man, I've got too many boxes open here. This is the Telegram channel for anyone who uses Telegram. So yeah, I think we've got everybody's questions. All right. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye, say thank you. And I'm going to chat to you as usual later.
Yeah, sure.
We'll hopefully maybe we'll get to 200 by today or tomorrow. That'll be crazy.
Fantastic.
181 subscribers. It's like a it's like a subscriber-thon.
Yes. Yeah, let's just stay here for about 2,000 hours and we should be good.
We need no, we need more than 2,000. 3,896 hours.
Fine, I'm down with
it. 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
181. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to watch more videos, watch more. And what we can do, we can figure out doing a live stream on your channel, and
Yeah.
we can bring people over, and we can do it very much like this, unless you do it on your own, of course. And I can help
We
you.
can make it a regular thing if you want, featuring this
Yeah,
show. Or more than happy
absolutely.
to do that. I'm a man of leisure, so.
Of course, of course. Now, actually, let everybody know what you used to do for work in the UK.
So the last 34 years of my career was in accident repair. High-end brand. Had my own business for quite a while, and then was asked to go to a prestigious brand and design a body shop for them and oversee the build and staff it and set it up, get it running, which is what I did. Started from ground zero and grew it to over £1 million a year business.
Wow.
And yeah, a very enjoyable job. 8 years of my life, but very, very, very stressful. And the way the economy was going in the UK and everything else, it was just getting more and more stressful, more pressure. And yeah, I think it would have broke me if I'd been there much longer. So yeah, it burnt me out, but everything for a reason.
Yeah. So these are easy questions that you can answer on your channel at some point, or however you work it out.
Yeah.
Cozy interview, Mila said. It's a cozy interview.
Cozy. Okay.
There are
Cool.
many people who, okay, no worries. Okay, all good for questions. All right. I'm going to say goodbye, say thank you.
Yes. No, thank you.
Let's see if we can reach 200 subscribers by tomorrow somehow.
Wow.
All right. Thanks, mate. Have a good day.
See you later.
And I'll see you later.
Yeah. See ya.
Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that brief get together there with the Plastic Russian. And you obviously can subscribe to his channel, join him over there. Let's just... Okay, yeah. So yeah, we join him over there and you can watch his videos. There is a couple of super chats that came through. For our brothers who protect us from Anglo-Saxons. Thank you. Our Legion for $10. Super chat. Thank you so much. And Travel with BG. Thank you also. I know you're a long-time watcher of the channel as well. Thank you to both of you for super chats. Also to Fire for the donation alerts. And I think also on the SberBank. And if anyone happens to use Boosty, I don't see that here, but Boosty will come through also. Do you like that style of live stream, by the way, where I bring on somebody to chat to them and talk about their life or their experience here in Russia? I hope you found it a little bit insightful. We actually have not met in person, by the way. We know each other only through YouTube, through doing video chats with each other, and basically YouTube. So I'm not going to leave just yet. I'm going to go for about another 16 more minutes. I can't get enough hands and fingers. We'll go for an hour and a half total. So if you're going to stick around for 15 more minutes, you're welcome. Have I been to Afia Mall? I have been to Afia. I've not made a video on Afia Mall, but I've been there many times before. I was probably, the last time I was there was about a week ago, maybe a little bit longer. I passed through Moscow City. I normally go to the convention center, which is directly next to it, called Moscow Expo Center, which is literally next to it. It's the same place. So I've not made a video on Afia Mall, but I will, though, because I should. And because it's right in the center of all the skyscrapers. Summer 3, where are you from? Oh, okay. His story sounds interesting. Yes, Piers, he is a super interesting guy. He's super knowledgeable. He knows a lot about a lot of things. And I hope on his channel that he does kind of answer questions about topics. Also, he's got some cute cats. He shows his back garden. He's got swimming pool. He's obviously further south than where I am, so he's got a much nicer climate compared to maybe where I am, for instance. But yes. Oh, you like the interviews. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, great fun. Thank you. Yes, plastic Russian. Palestinian. Hello. A wordo. Thank you. You like the interviews? Make an announcement about what other places you plan to visit in the near future. I don't sort of have a plan, let's say, immediately now. Yesterday I went to the tram parade in Moscow, and I did actually meet quite a few subscribers there as well, which is really nice. People come up to me, ask for photos. We had a little brief chat to a few people. And actually, I kind of got a tour of the trams from a subscriber who's a transport enthusiast, and he'll actually be on the video because I filmed the video at the tram. What was it called? Tram parade. They paraded trams around the tram lines, so he'll actually be on that video when I get it on the channel very soon. Did the two of you weigh between settling down in Australia? Okay, yes. So someone just asked a question earlier about that. Yeah. So my wife has residency for Australia, like I have residency here in Russia. We were in Australia during COVID. My wife probably didn't spend long enough time in Australia to fully settle down to basically stay there and be there forever, sort of thing. We've been back to Australia a couple of times since we moved back to Russia. And now she's under a bit of a mindset that she wants to be in Australia. So we're kind of torn now. So yeah, we both have the visas to go either way. So as in near Sochi or something. I should have asked him exactly. Okay, on the coast, 300 kilometers north of Sochi. Thank you. Oh, you're in this live chat. How do people in Russia treat pets? They treat them very well. You would very, very rarely see stray dogs or cats on the streets. Very, very rarely. People really look, from what I see anyway, that's what I see physically. And finding, he wants to find Marmite, Alien, not Vegemite's the Australian one, Marmite's the British one. So he needs to find Marmite. That's what he wants. I don't know if I can find it and somehow get it. I don't know, but maybe there's a slim chance it's here in Moscow somewhere. Hello from Townsville, Australia. Really enjoying the impromptu chat with the Plastic Russian. Yes. Actually, I literally just asked him in the chat. I didn't plan anything beforehand. He mentioned in the chat that he was driving somewhere, and I thought he was driving home. And he was driving out to somewhere in his town, I guess, or region where he lives. Would like to see more like that in the future. Also, be great to see some. Yes. But looked after well. Yes. Right. Okay. So people look after the animals that you do see. Yeah. Generally, people are cat people in Russia. Yes. I pointed that out when I show the supermarkets a lot. Event travel. I might. The bright green cupboards in your old kitchen. Yes. We like them. It grew on us. In this kitchen now, it's white. It's not bright and colorful. That's a very common thing in Russian apartments because of the winters and things like that people want to brighten up their life. Yeah, that grew on us a lot. That green and yellow, that contrast. That part, we still stare up at the window when we go past our building. That couple that we rented off of there was so nice. When we moved into the other place, they came over and had a look and wished us well for moving. Yes, don't confuse Marmite and Vegemite. Right. Some of the Russian churches I've heard there's pretty awesome. Yeah, the one there at Park Patriot, now that the weather's good, I can do that as a bit of a day trip and go there earlier in the morning and spend the whole day there because it stays light now past 6-7 o'clock or roughly. Whereas in winter, it's getting dark by 4 o'clock, right? So I like both cats and dogs. I have 8 cats. Wow. Crawl into, the huntsman spider is the tarantulas. They don't exactly have tarantulas, but they look like a tarantula, the huntsman spider. They don't really have them in Perth on the west coast. They're mostly on the east coast of Australia. 57% of Russians have at least one cat. Wow. Oh, I think Zhenya, come on the screen. Come on the screen and say hello to all the people watching. Come on, just for a second. Come on. Zhenya just came home from work. You're going to have to scooch down to get on the camera and then
Where's your camera? Oh.
It's up here.
Hi.
Zhenya just came home from work, so she's and then we're gonna go out and buy this tap. Fire, I think it's the same name twice, if I'm not mistaken, and then also Legion and Travel with BG. We're gonna go and get this tap, I think. Did we say the tap or the shower hose? I forgot which one. Spiders are a big thing in Australia, yes. A couple of people said hello back to you, Jen. I really want my wife to be on another live stream. I'm coming with you. We're going to finish the live stream in a few minutes because I've been doing it for quite a while. And then I'm going to come with. Yeah, my wife wants to go out now because she doesn't want to get changed and then changed again to go out to the. So we want to go and get this tap now. So yeah, we're going to wind up the live stream. We've actually gone past 1 hour 15 already. So I really hope you've liked this lunchtime stream. We've got 82 people who are still watching live and 115 likes. Hello to your wife. Says Travel with BG. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Alien. Happy wife, happy man. Yes, that's really that's the forever saying. Yeah, my wife's very keen to go to this plumbing place at the house market by Kiev Highway here, Kiev Chaussee. Some events soon. Event travel it to in Hotel Ritz-Carlton near Moscow. Mila, if you can let me know either by Telegram or email. There's a link in the description of all the videos. I will try and come to this event, absolutely. If you know about it or can tell me about it. Yeah. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to wrap up the live stream. If you want to see more live streams like this, let me know. That's the easiest thing. What are we planning to have for lunch? Jen, what are we planning to have for lunch? I don't know what we're planning to have for lunch. I've still got leftover spaghetti bolognese from yesterday. So if I didn't have a plan, it was going to be leftover spaghetti bolognese was my, it was going to be my lunch. So yeah. So shawarma, where we live and where we're going to walk to the house market, they don't have a shawarma place. The shawarma places are at the train station in the other direction. So actually, I was going to get a shawarma last night on the way home, but I didn't get one in the end. I basically went to the normal supermarket and got a ready meal. Well, ready meal that was very delicious. But thank you, Piers. Thank you. Yeah, I usually skip my lunch. I'm actually a little hungry myself. So today is Annunciation or Blagovechny holiday in Russia. Hundreds down here. Yeah, there is shawarma places by the train station, a Prelivka train station, which is 10-minute walk in the opposite direction. We want to go to this house market and actually have a look at this, either the tap or the shower head, and see which one we can work out and get it working today. We love red and white. All the best. Oh, Krasnobyle, yes. I've done a video in Krasnobyle in my building, Artem, by the way. Red and white, if anyone doesn't know, it's actually like a beer wine shop that's in most apartment buildings in Russia. And also you can buy milk there. You can buy sometimes bread, eggs, some food, snacks. And I go there quite often. Alex, thank you. Goodbye. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to sign off. I'm the worst person at pressing end stream because I don't want to leave everybody stranded who is watching the live as right now. I'm going to say again, thank you to whoever did the super chats. Again, this is going into the apartment fund for now. And I will post on Telegram some photo updates today or later today when I get back or when we go to the market. So you'll understand where I was. If anyone wants to subscribe to The Plastic Russian on YouTube, go and check out his channel. We'll get him to do a live stream so he can get used to doing it a little bit more. Faith, thank you. Mr. Jamo, I can't read that Russian name. With the hand clapping. Dmitry, thank you, Dima. Alex. If I just say hello, thank you to all Dimitris, Vladimirs, Tims, all of the Russian names. I can cover everybody. Thank you to Fire for doing donation alerts. This is basically the, and then SberBank. This is basically our apartment quick fix fund for right now. So that's really amazing, really and truly. This whole, what do we call this? My crazy idea thing. I mean, it happened a little bit quicker than I probably imagined. I mean, the whole I can buy an apartment tomorrow thing I was talking about, it doesn't happen that quickly, but it was happening behind the scenes in the last live stream and the one before. So, yeah. And then if anyone has any other ideas, the one thing I need to buy too is a plastic handle for the balcony door. So when you close it from outside in the balcony, there's no way to open it back again. So normally you've got a little grip that you can push the door back. I don't know what that's called, a little door handle thing. We need a bath plug as well. There's no plug for the bath. Well, it's a bath shower combined, right? But there's no bath plug. Come on, little basic things. Artem, thank you so much. Everybody, you're super nice. I know you guys enjoy watching live streams and enjoy watching the long form videos. From Luxembourg, hello. Thank you so much, Rehan, in Luxembourg. Crazy. I do the translation on the videos to I think it's called Luxembourgish. So if you ever put on the, especially on the newer videos, the subtitles, there's like 70 countries you can choose. Yeah, out of here. We're going to go to this market now and figure out what we need and all the dreaming things that we need later, not today. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody. Watch an old video. There should be a video coming out either late tonight or tomorrow. The tram parade video will be the next one on the channel. And now that we're moved in and settled down, I don't have to now stress for any more days. We're here. We're good. So, and the toilet's fixed. So, all good. Bye, everybody. Have a nice Sunday. And I'll see you in another video. And I'm off on another adventure, as I always say at the end of my videos. Bye, everybody.